Sustainability to me is working in a sensible fashion for the most logical and highest and best use.
Leaving a place better than the way you found it.
You know, sustainable to me means to keep as is or to maintain. If we can do that, this place should be here centuries from now if it continues.
I spent a long part of my life in those vineyards. My children grew up there. Hopefully my grandchildren will too. That's the beneficiaries, the people that come after us. That's what we're taking care of it for.
Sustainability has always been part of the lifeblood at Chateau Montelena. It was really something that flew under the radar, so to speak. We were doing some wonderful things in the vineyard and in the winery that we'd always done. We became Napa Green Winery certified in 2010 and became Napa Green Land certified in 2013.
We don't make a huge deal about it because our job is to make the most amazing wine for people. If we can make amazing wine in a sustainable, responsible, take care of the planet way, why not? And we've proven we can. We've done it for 40 years now.
And it can be something as simple as, recycling our coffee grounds all the way to our employee gardens, up to our solar panels which power the winery. Sustainability really begins in taking care of the soil first. We really believe the soil is like a bank. You have to make deposits if you're going to take withdrawals. A big part of that is composting and not using synthetic chemical fertilizers. As a winemaker, I can see and taste the difference.
Every area of the estate has different characteristics, primarily soil characteristics, but also the slope, the lay of the land, how much sun exposure it gets, and it needs to be farmed differently.
Once you understand the origin of the soil type, whether it's the Kidd, Cole, Cortina, Bale, Loam, richer soil, austere soil, then you start making your sustainable decisions.
The bad side effects of chemical fertilizers are you tend to get your soils out of balance. The sustainable practices are the use of cover crops. We use compost, we use deficit irrigation practices, mechanical weeding rather than weed spraying.
Our employees' garden area was wasteland that at one time the employees wanted to know if they could utilize it, and it was granted to them for their own use. Over the years, the addition of different fertilizers there, mostly compost, provides a good means of relaxation for the employees as well as a food source.
The way our deficit irrigation works is we have monitors out in the vineyard so we can see exactly what our groundwater percentage is, and then we also monitor water use by the vine. So these two factors, we know exactly how much water we have in the soil and how much is being used by the vines themselves, and we can irrigate accordingly.
Fish-friendly farming illustrates our commitment to keeping the Napa River and its estuaries clean of anything that would harm the salmon or steelhead. We dry farm our vineyards as much as we can, and we cover crop the rest to minimize erosion so that only clean, fresh water makes it to the river.
Cover crops basically act as a green manure. They're good for the soil. You're providing organic matter.
Winemaking is 90% sanitation, but being responsible with our water usage is so important to how we do things here. So even though we have to use a lot to make sure the winery stays clean and free of volatile acidity and microbial growth, we're very, very conscious about what we do with every single gallon of water that we use.
When Alfred Tubb started Chateau Montelena, he actually was sustainable because he built the winery into the hill. Keep it warm in the winter and cold in the summer. It's just completely logical. And it's the same with our caves now.
Some people wonder why you should go to the expense of digging a cave when you could just build a warehouse. And there are really two great reasons. The first is that it's the best environment for the wine. The hill, the mountain keeps the wine at a perfect temperature of around 60 degrees all year round. And the second reason is financial. We've saved tens of thousands of dollars already in energy costs by not having to refrigerate the caves. And even though we do have to light them, the bulbs we use are energy efficient LEDs, and the electricity that feeds them comes from our 220 kilowatt solar array that powers the entire winery. We installed our solar panels here in 2007. We have 2 arrays on property, a 165 kilowatt array that powers the winery, production, the administration building, and all of our hospitality area. We also have a smaller 60 kilowatt array that powers our vineyard shop, our wells, and everything that happens in the vineyard.
Chateau Montelena's solar system feeds power into the California grid. It's our battery, so we store our electricity there till we need it, and then in the winter, when our solar panels don't make power, we pull it back. But most of the year, we put power into the system.
EV stations are one small part of our entire sustainability initiative, but it's a really important part. We find that we're able to find customers for life.
Sustainability is what we do at Chateau Montelena. It's how we live, it's our farming, it's our products, it's our packaging, it's how we built our winery, it's how we take care of our community. That's sustainability. We have this special little corner of the planet, and it's our job to take care of it.
We're able to put together an Upper Napa restoration project that we're planning on kicking off in 2015. It's really going to be the first of its kind, and Chateau Montelena is the linchpin or spearhead, however you want to put it, that's really going to get the ball rolling. It ties into really just who we are. You should be good stewards of the land, and we want to encourage customers who share those beliefs to come here and enjoy our wine.